Newsflash. Tank's baby mom lied. Let's cook.
Push the weight enough flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker hot stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Let's get to it, man. Because it's been a very loopy last 3 days that involved Javante Tank Davis and this POS right here, his baby mom's. And yes, she's a POS. That's an acronym, ladies and gentlemen. You figured out what it is. This POS, this trash, this dirtbag, this gutter ball, this used. Oh my gosh, so much I could say, but let's get to the facts, all right? So the news came out today that Vanessa Posso, and I wanted to put her face up there because I had no idea how she looked. I had no idea who she is and who she was, and when it came out that this happened, the news was acting like they didn't want to show who her face was. They didn't want to show who she was, and they didn't even want to put her name in there. So I had to say some things on my prior videos to get people to say, oh, well, she's not black, or they didn't even say her name. But I do things like that to trigger people because I wanted to know who she was. And, I just figured, all these chicks that are in the life like this, they like the attention. So I said, I know she's on social media. I have no idea who this gutterball trash is, but I knew someone did. And before this news came out, I was receiving pictures, and I appreciate everyone. I do things for a purpose. So now that it's come out that she's lied, the picture's up here, and now we can see the dirtbag for what she is, the POS that she is. So I'm looking at this article from hiphopvibe.com. I'll put the link in the description if you want to read it. Javante Davis' baby mama, Vanessa Posso, backtracks and says that Davis did not assault her or their child after he was arrested for battery domestic violence. Now, y'all all heard the freaking 911 call. You'd have thought that somebody was putting the beats on her. This is a pro fighter, y'all. Let me read some of this stuff. Javante's baby mama lied about being assaulted. Earlier this week, the star boxer Javante Tank Davis was arrested at his home in Parkland, Florida. Florida, the state of Florida. Guns and Bibles below that Mason-Dixon line. They do not play over there. He's young, he's rich, he's black, he got tattoos everywhere. You think the police is coming to fight him if they have to aggressively take him in? Or do they go in there guns blazing? And magically the body cams will be off. All you know is he's a black fighter with priors. And nobody would question it. Especially the people that hate him anyway for reasons that have to do with, you would think it has to do with boxing. But no, there's a lot of people that got off on this, that enjoyed this. And it's really interesting because last week, I was just saying, my concern is the company he's keeping. He's been a lot more vocal lately, and but I didn't like his demeanor, and I didn't like. I was wondering who he was surrounding himself with. Now he got away from Floyd, but he was getting in trouble when he was with Floyd. So now he's not in trouble. Well, now the trouble he's gotten into has nothing to do with Floyd. It has everything to do with who? The woman he chose to be around. Now this is a whole other conversation as far as what black men need to do as far as picking a mate. That's a whole other topic, but it's relevant, and that's coming. I might wait for a live stream to do this, but it says here, this was due to his baby mama, Vanessa Posso, calling the police saying that Tank assaulted her with a closed fist. She was very specific. Davis ended up posting bond and also took to Instagram by saying Posso put the daughter's poop from her Pampers onto his toothbrushes. There's more than one toothbrush, too. The 911 call placed by Posso also claimed that Davis had the intent on killing her. Now you see this? So what happens when the police in Florida fly over there? Do you guys understand how this could have went? And if they gunned him down, she wouldn't have said a word. I promise you, she wouldn't have said a word. We've seen this before. Remove the money in the millions of dollars that Tank is worth. You know how many regular black men this happens to? Davis defended himself on social media as he maintained that he didn't harm her or their daughter. As a result, Posso is now backtracking and announcing on Instagram that Davis did not commit any harm to her or their daughter. Let me read to you what the Instagram post says. These past days have been hurtful and extremely exhausting for all parties involved. I pride myself on being extremely private. This situation was the last thing I wanted to be made public. Wow. Wow. Wow, Vanessa. You called 911 on the brother. You called 911 on the brother. The state of our relationship has been in a fragile space, and Javante and I were both at fault for the argument. Wait a minute. You're the one that called the police. You just said he really didn't harm you or the baby girl. But y'all are arguing and you called the police and you held on to this lie until you couldn't hold on to it any longer? I knew there was something strange where, what was it, $1,000 bond? He only had to pay 10% of it. That was $100. I said, it can't be that serious. While the emotions were running high, I made an unnecessary call to law enforcement in an intense moment while I was frantic. Wow. Frantic over what? I'm going to get to what I heard. Javante did not harm me or our child. Today, we have sought the help necessary to move forward with our lives. They sought help. He's not the one with the problem. You are, Vanessa. I am confident that we will succeed within our co-parenting dynamic with the counseling provided to us. Ladies and gentlemen, I say marry before you carry. Man, you need to be conducting interviews because there's no effing way you should be laying up with a chick if you know. Listen, everyone has signs. It's rare that someone says, oh, well, I married that person and then they did a Jekyll and Hyde on me. They did a 180 on me. No. Don't get so caught up in the physical aspect of it that you ignoring the signs that are obviously telling you that this person is whacked out of their skull. Why is she making it sound like this is a shared responsibility, bitch? You called 911. In Florida, you could have got this young man killed. He got a fight coming up and you arguing. And guess what? I heard it was over, y'all. Y'all not going to believe this. Now, I can't confirm this. Y'all got to research it. But I heard she wanted a truck. Now, I don't know if this is true. Do not quote me on this. Go research it. I don't know. I heard she wanted a truck and he had to have said no. And I saw a video of her walking off while holding the baby, weaponizing the child, and the house is tore up. And there's baby poop on the toothpaste, on the toothbrushes. And there's spit on his face. You know what's incredible? I put up a video about Tyson Fury not being able to get that WWE money because there's sanctions against him flying to America due to his dealings with Daniel Kinahan, who is still at large. $5 million bounty on his head. If anyone has information leading to that man's arrest. So I did a video about that, and I scroll down, and some fool with a fake name gets in there and is talking about, hey, another PBC fighter in trouble with the law. Now, I don't know what that had to do. He was talking about this Tank situation. I don't know what that had to do with my Tyson Fury video, but then I asked him, I said, what does that have to do? I mean, what's more, and this before all of this information came out. I said, well, what is Tyson Fury being affiliated with a cartel leader, a drug lord, a human trafficking lord, and arms dealer? What does that have to do with Tank? Why are you bringing up what Tank is doing or what he's going through? You don't even know the story. And what he was trying to do is compare PBC fighters, aka black fighters, to what Tyson Fury is dealing with in real time. A, we didn't know the story. B, there's no comparison. All right, because the domestic dispute that Tank Davis is going through right now, or went through right now, is nothing compared to Daniel Kinahan, a worldwide criminal remaining at large and who's friends with the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, who is now on a no-fly list and can't enter the country of America. But I pointed that out for a reason. You guys need to know that people are always going to try and they're going to try and hijack the situation. And they're going to steer you into a direction that you don't need to go. You have to remain on your purpose. I was just talking about my issues with Tank. Was the company he's keeping. And the next day, this crap came out. And I was telling people, please just wait for the story to come out. And now we got the story. The next step he needs to do is get away from her. Get away from her. Because like my family was talking about on Trill this afternoon. For all we know, she could poison this dude. This woman is crazy. She can poison him when he's asleep. She can harm him. She was such enraged. I hope it's not over him not buying her a truck. But if she starts going into a fit of rage over the purchase of a materialistic item to the point where they're going back and forth and she calls 911 and tears up the house, this woman is so stupid, she doesn't even realize the lifestyle that she's living right now. If she goofs this man Tank up to the point where he don't want to fight anymore, or she gets in his head to the point where he starts losing fights because of her being around being a distraction with her insecure nonsense, she can no longer live the lifestyle that she's living right now. You see that place that she's in right now? I don't know what this is, but I guarantee you she's there off of his dime. He might have been there taking the picture for her. The young man's worth millions of dollars because of the talent that he has. If she fucks that up, there's no more income. There's only outgo. And you know what this bitch will do? She'll find another simp-ass $1 million athlete to rub up under. If you're into this sort of thing, I'm not saying she's ugly, but she's a fucking demon. And all I know is that this bitch almost got a black man killed. That's there, I said it. So you clowns don't come to me with no Tyson Fury bullshit. He's a criminal hanging out with criminals and he can't come to America. And I talk about that every chance I get. This situation, I knew there was something funky about this, but I waited for the facts, and the facts are what they are. And for all of you punks and you simps and you detracting ass women that are gonna get in my comment section and say, "Oh no, Tank paid her off," no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. There's too many of you women out here that are out of line. Completely out of line. She tried to get him killed. She took feces and wiped it on a mirror and wrote something on the mirror with feces. This woman is crazy. What Tank needs to do, you know what you do? Yo, listen. You don't pay hoes to stay. You pay hoes to get them away from you. You pay hoes to get away. That's your baby mama? Cool. Cut her a check. Try and get custody, number one, because this is ridiculous. This is the perfect time for him to get custody. All right? Pay her to get away from you. This chick will hurt him. This chick will hurt that child. If it means hurting him, this chick, she's evil. She's evil. Black men pick better. And I'm glad they're releasing her name and putting her face on it. Because you know, you need to know where she's at all times so you can fucking avoid her. Ross on deck.
Move!